Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm Jessica Williams. We have such an exciting show for you today, so we're going to kick things off right now. On today's show, I make a glass design with my own two hands. I'm talking dipping it into the furnace and creating the shape with the expert help of the Glass Park. It was too much fun and an activity that anyone can enjoy. Plus, it's Women's Wealth Wednesday with Foster Financial. That and more happening now.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
I am at the Glass Park, a fun and creative place where you can get hands-on experience making glass. Anything from this beautiful flower here to this marble desk weight here. We're gonna make some glass today. Come on. I am here with Aaron Park, who is the owner and operator of the Glass Park. Hi, Aaron.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm so happy to be here. I think what you were doing here is so interesting. So please let everyone know about glass blowing.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I have the Glass Park. It's a place to play with glass. I offer glass blowing lessons both out of the furnace and on the torch. And as long as people are having fun and being safe and not hurting themselves or my equipment, it's kind of all fair game.
Okay, and so you've been around for 11 years, which is, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's pretty incredible, but you have many more decades of experience than that.
I do.
So how did you get into blowing and making glass?
I got hooked my senior year of high school. First time I saw it, I knew it was something I wanted to do, and I started pursuing it right away. At the time I lived in Southern Oregon, and I was able to take classes at the Eugene Glass School. And then I moved here about 15 years ago or so, and then decided to open this place.
Okay, awesome. And so I know that there's different ways and mechanisms to make glass. So share with me, what are the different glass making titles or types?
Sure. So I mentioned I offer two different kinds of glass blowing. I offer soft glass, which is out of this furnace here.
Okay.
It's referred to as soft glass because it stays malleable for a while once you get it out of the heat source. And then I also offer torch working with what's called hard glass.
Okay.
You might know it as Pyrex.
Okay, yes.
And that's over here on the table-mounted torches.
Pretty awesome. You offer lessons every day of the week.
Yep.
So families, individuals, they can come out and explore glass making. So that's so cool. So I'm so excited today. I'm going to make some glass, and you're going to teach me how to use this furnace over here. All right, let's do it.
All right.
Okay, Aaron, we are here at the fire pit, and you're going to teach me how to do it. I'm so excited. So where do we start?
We got this. So I've got our punty, just a solid pipe, preheating.
Okay.
What we need to do is get the end of that hot enough so that when we go in and gather the glass, it sticks to the pipe, and the pipe doesn't cool off the glass because we don't want to cool the glass off.
Okay.
So let's take a look at this.
Ooh,
You can see the end of it's
hot
glowing.
quick.
Yep, definitely.
Okay.
This furnace is running at about 2,300 degrees, if you're wondering.
Wow.
What I'm going to do is dip into there. I've got about 15 pounds of molten glass in that bowl right there. I'm going to break the surface, continue spinning, change my angle, pull out of the molten glass, and then pull out. We'll see what I have.
Okay.
Okay, so here we
Here
go.
we go.
So there, I just broke the surface.
Oh,
You
wow.
can kind of see that little tail pop off of it. So now that the tail has fallen off, I can pull this out. And now we can see what we have. We can use this to marver the glass. Kind of the sound of colder glass, so that's good. So we're going to go in again.
Can I dip it this time?
You want to? Absolutely.
Okay, yeah.
So you see how far I dipped it. Let's try and dip in about that depth again. And to do a complete turn once you get in there, you might want to hold it all with your hands, and then you can use the wheels on your way out. Yeah. So keep spinning.
Oh, keep spinning.
See that?
Oh, yes.
You see the tail? As soon as that tail breaks off, you can pull it out.
Okay.
And you can roll it on here a little bit if you want.
Can I pull it out now?
Yep.
Ooh,
Yep.
look at that. Okay.
Try to play that game where you keep it on center. So keep spinning. Yeah.
Spinning. All right. This is so
Feel
cool.
it getting a little stiffer?
Yes, I do.
So let's see. Let's go ahead and put it back in there. Let's give it a little more heat.
Oh, more? Okay.
Yep. So you can rest it on here.
I'll put it on there.
Yep,
Okay.
Just kinda, the way this works, we've got one torch head going down the center. So if you want to be right in that flame, you'll be right dead center.
Okay.
And that's where like the best heat is.
Okay, like there.
Yeah. So you can see it starting to move a little bit when you stop spinning. See the end of it?
Yes.
So let's go ahead and pull out and pick up some color.
Okay.
And go straight into
dipping.
that. Yep. There you go. You could even roll into that one if you want.
Okay.
See how it's just picking that up?
Yes. Is that good or more?
Yeah. So let's go back in here. We can give it more heat. We can always go get more color.
Okay.
But it didn't look like it was picking up that much more. So I'm gonna take it and I'll push as much as I can off the pipe.
Oh.
And then let's sit down with it and we'll just kind of play with it a little bit.
Wow.
I can see it moving around.
Right.
It's definitely holding a good glow.
Okay.
So we can set it right there. Meanwhile, I'm going back and forth, making sure I stay on center. If I wanted to poke some of that color into it, I could do this. You can cut glass like paper when it's the right temperature, and that can be really fun. You can use various mashers to give it different textures, and then we can take it and melt that all in. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Yep. Spin. Let's go that way.
Oh man, it takes so much strength, right?
Okay,
Wow.
let's dip again.
Yep.
And let's hold it that way.
Okay, I'm gonna let you spin. I'm
There
just
we
gonna
go.
hold this.
Yeah, that works perfect.
Okay.
There we go.
Woo! Steamy.
So let's see. So we've got our rounded shape started.
Okay.
So now we can go in with these jacks and make that neck. So I'm just slowly constricting.
Wow.
Slowly constricting. You can see it getting a little thinner.
Yes.
And then we can go in with this tool. Start to really get shape.
That
There
is
we go.
so
Spin,
cool.
spin, spin. Pull that trigger.
Right here?
Yep. And hold it down. And you can just spin this back and forth. So what that does is that cleans the surface of any tool marks.
Uh-huh.
And it can also bring out some of the lusters and the colors, which is fun.
Yes.
And it also allows us to let the core cool down a little bit.
All right.
There you go. You want to do this part?
Yeah.
Yeah? So I'll hold it here. You can just hit it with the back of the
Okay.
knife. Give it a real good whack. Yep.
Just hit it here?
Yep.
Okay.
Boom. That was perfect.
So awesome.
I'll take that.
Yes.
And now it's important that we cool this down appropriately. So
Okay.
I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it in the kiln. So your piece is going to cool down, and after about 20 hours, it'll be ready.
And I have paperweight.
Yeah, you'll have
I'm
a paperweight.
so excited that I've made with my own two hands, of course, with this expert here. Thank you so much. That was so much fun. And if anyone wants to come and take a lesson in glass blowing, how should they contact you?
They can call or text me at 260-579-7530.
Okay.
Or they can contact me on my Facebook page at The Glass Park.
All right, there it is, the Glass Park. We'll be right back. That glass blowing was so much fun, and I'm so excited for you all to see the big reveal. Okay, drum roll, please. Da-da-da-da-da. Woo! Look at that. I love it. It is so heavy and hefty and so beautiful. The marble and the swirls. Look at that. I can't believe I made this. I am so proud. I'm going to put this on my desk. All right, so everyone should experience the Glass Park. I highly recommend it. And next up, after a short break, is Women's Wealth Wednesday.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
This segment sponsored by Foster Financial. Hi, welcome to Women's Wealth Wednesday, providing you tips and information for any stage of your life. And I'm so excited to be joined by Caleb Doan, who is the Vice President at Foster Financial. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I'm really excited about what you're going to share today because we are talking about such a sensitive yet important journey of someone's life that they may encounter. So if a woman finds herself that she is widowed, she has lost her spouse, I know that there is so many steps that she has to take in order to make sure that she is good with all of the logistics and the paperwork and making sure legally and financially everything's okay. So you're going to provide some information for us today and get that kicked off. So please share with me, what will you share today?
Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, this is a huge sort of financial pivotal moment for a woman in her life. Probably the biggest change since her and her spouse retired. And so this just has sweeping changes. It's possible that, she's had a joint account with her husband for 50 years. And so going from two people to one person and doing income planning for that is just a massive change in somebody's sort of financial future.
Right.
And so I really wanted to start sort of a three, segment series here where we talk about the main three things that a recent widow would need to do to ensure that she's set up for success financially.
Okay.
And I think those three buckets could probably fit into the main documents that she would need to gather, the main people that she would need to contact, and then lastly, the main actions that she would need to take moving forward. So today I kind of wanted to focus on that first big bucket of all the documents that someone would need to pull together.
Yes, that probably is the most overwhelming step and the most important to gather and to find and to be at that mental stage to know where everything is at. So with this list that you're going to give us or share with us what they need, this is the first step to be ready. So what type of documents would they need?
Yeah, absolutely. There's really probably four that come to mind. I would say that the first one is any big legal documents that somebody has. And I think most people's mind immediately goes to maybe a will that they have. I think that's really the big one. And most people can kind of point to the cupboard that has the will that they drew up, maybe 10 or 15 years ago. We often recommend getting it updated probably a little more frequently just because there are legislation changes that can impact stuff. But there's other legal documents that people might not think of immediately. I'd say one is if people have a family trust that was set up at any point, it's really important to make sure you know where that's at.
Okay.
And then one that oftentimes slips people's mind is power of attorney documents. So the power of attorney documents, if people aren't familiar, basically allows somebody else to act on their behalf for financial decisions. And so most of the time, people have their spouses are each other's power of attorney, and a lot of times there are successor power of attorneys in there too. So, maybe a recent widow, her husband has been her power of attorney for a long time, meaning he was able to make financial decisions, if she became incapacitated for whatever reason. Now that might switch where it's, her child or maybe two of her children need to work together to, make any sort of these decisions. And so it's important to read the language in that power of attorney document and understand how it's set up.
Yes. Okay, so we have those, and then what's the next one?
Yeah, so legal documents are kind of the first one. Another one that comes to mind is financial statements. So you'd probably be surprised, like a lot of times, even when couples come in for maybe an initial consultation, they have sort of this stack of documents that has their different statements in it. And a lot of times, even they in that stage are somewhat confused on how many accounts that they have. They think, hey, I have a couple 401ks. I think, it's just these three, but we might need to call to double check on this. And so a lot of times there might be sort of a lack of organization there. And that's sort of amplified if it's a widow trying to take care of a lot of this stuff because maybe her husband had multiple accounts that he wasn't even aware of.
Right.
And so it's really important that at that stage to kind of take a look, gather a lot of those financial documents, and understand where each of those sort of reside.
So you speak about, I want to touch on the organization side of it, because to your point, if there are multiple accounts, how would one know? So it's as if a plan needs to be set into place between a couple to say, we're going to have a designated location in our home that's going to have these documents. You may not need to know this information right now, but one day you should. So do you recommend having like this secret file box or folder of just like, this is where we're putting all the information? These are my accounts.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And typically, the way that these accounts are set up, oftentimes they'll send maybe quarterly statements or annual statements. Recently, they've really been trying to get people to sign up for the email statements, so that can get a little scary. You got to make sure that you check through emails to make sure there aren't additional accounts there that maybe somebody isn't aware of. But making a plan ahead of time is a huge benefit. I know I have this lady who's a client of mine, and she's a wonderful lady, and she will bring in she calls it her big, ugly pink binder, because it just has all of the statements in it that she collects over the years, and she knows if she needs anything, it'll be in that document. She can bring me this big binder, I can kind of sort through it and figure out exactly what we need. So certainly important to have a plan, have those financial documents. The other one that comes to mind is bills that people have. So this is another really important kind of set of documents to make sure somebody's gathering. And I guess how difficult this would be kind of depends on maybe how involved the wife was before her husband passed away in paying some of these bills. Sometimes the wife is the one who has the checkbook out and is writing these on a monthly basis, and so that makes the transition a little easier. But other times there might be bills that are set up on auto pay. Maybe the husband was a member of some organization that has, auto pay dues or whatever it might be. And so it's important to kind of take a look at those things and make sure that you're set up to pay those if you need to, or cancel them if you don't.
Yes. Cancel them if you don't. That's the big thing. It's like you don't want these bills to constantly come out after someone has been deceased. And I just want to make a transition real quick, or connectivity between a widower, but also single folks. You know, more and more people are single. They do not have spouses. And this type of information is so important. If something was to happen to them, to have their information all gathered in a folder and put somewhere for their beneficiary, and assigning beneficiaries. That's a whole, we have to get on that a whole other day, because that is important. I think that if something happens to someone, families aren't prepared for what to do next with their finances.
Yeah, no, you bring up a great point there too. And I know we just kind of, I guess, got out of the holiday season a little bit, but if you know that you're a beneficiary for your parents' accounts too, and maybe you don't know where a lot of their statements are at, it can be a good time, maybe next time you're visiting them at home, just to say, hey, at least, point me towards the cabinet that we need to make sure we're aware of. So that's certainly a thing to take, I guess, account of too. And then really the last document that I wanted to mention that a lot of people forget about is getting extra copies of the death certificate. So this is a thing that people maybe get 1 or 2 copies, but surprisingly, there are a lot of insurance companies, a lot of investment custodians, a lot of stakeholders that will require the original copy of the death certificate. And so a lot of people just say, hey, get 10 copies, get 10 original copies right away. That way you don't have to call them back and pay additional fees, but just get those right up front so that you're taken care of.
Okay, that's wonderful. So having that will and that trust, having the death certificate rather, and having the bills and the financial statements.
Exactly, you got it.
And that's the toolkit just to start off. Okay, well that was great. I'm excited about the next Women's Wealth Wednesday to find out the next steps and just staying equipped, for anything that could possibly happen in life. So thank you, Caleb, so much. And to get more information about financial services and the holistic financial planning and retirement planning that Foster Financial has to offer, you can contact them for a complimentary consultation. And we'll have that information listed below, and we'll be right back. This segment sponsored by Foster Financial.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
This segment sponsored by Zulily. Saving is going to be a top priority for us all in 2023, which means many shoppers will be focused on finding the best deals this month as they pay off holiday spending. To help, Zulily is here to offer us big discounts this season as they celebrate their birthday. Lifestyle expert Michelle Park is joining us to share some of her favorites.
Thank you so much for having me. You know, at Zulily, fun is just part of the deal. Zulily brings moms exclusive daily deals on brand names and on-trend styles, including some of my favorites like Carter's, Champion, Madewell, and Lego. But they also have everyday value for all occasions. So really moms can discover items that are going to delight and inspire their families without breaking the bank. And right now, Zulily is celebrating a birthday, so you can save up to 60% off on winter wear and so much more. Every day, you're gonna find deals on great brands like Canada Goose, Sorel, Vera Bradley, and lots of others. Can't make it through winter without a great pair of snow boots for the kids. We have these water-resistant ones from Skidoo. They come in multiple colors. They feature a top adjustable closure so you can really keep out the snow. Zulily does also have lots of other must-haves for your kids' chilly day adventures, like this navy snow bib and these black snow pants from Cherokee, as well as this matching set with the cheetah print, the pink platinum puffer coat with the snowsuit. Now you can't forget about the adults, and they have so many great options from top brands like North Face. So this is the quarter zip pullover, or snag 75% off Cole Haan wool coats. Moms are gonna love the thermal V-neck Henley. It has thumb holes, it's long sleeve, it's super stretchy. But for the little ones, there's also thermals. You gotta try these Cuddle Duds. They are very stretchy. I love the way they stretch. My kids love to wear them. One of my favorite ways right now to style jeans though is with a sleek pair of white sneakers. This honestly will never go out of style, but these are white leather sneakers from Cole Haan, and they are going for $39.99 right now. So make sure you download Zulily's app so you can scroll all of these great deals, or head to zulily.com to shop all of this and so much more.
This segment sponsored by Zulily. Thanks so much for joining me today, and stay tuned later this week as we visit Monte Cristo Wine Bar. Make it a great day, and I'll see you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.